Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well, looking after yourselves. Just thought I'd answer a couple of questions that I got from some subscribers. One of the subscribers wanted to know what exercises um, were best for building the extensors on the top of the forearm. Another subscriber was asking me what is the current routine that I am doing to develop my wrists, what is some of the equipment that I'm using. So I just basically thought I'd talk about that a little bit, and just some things for you to think about. You can add them into your routine. When it comes to your extensors, guys, you don't need to be doing anything crazy because your extensors are getting indirectly hit if you're doing a lot of back workouts where you're performing rows and pull-ups and deadlifts and things of that nature. Your extensors are getting a good enough workout as it is, but if you feel like you need to push them to that next level, there is two exercises that I can give you that would be my go-to exercises and exercises that I do currently. The first one is just your basic barbell reverse curl, all right? And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, the reverse barbell curl just works the brachioradialis, and it does, but you're also hitting the extensors quite well, and because you can load up more weight on the bar, you can really engage them. All right, now what I would have you do is add a fat grip, or I would have you use a thick bar, because what you need to think about is the thicker the bar or fat grip, you're having to open up your hand. All right, when you have to open up the hand wider to grip onto the bar or the grip, you're having to activate your extensors twice as much. Your finger digits are having to squeeze twice as hard. Your thumb's having to squeeze twice as hard. And this causes the extensors to, engage a lot more than what they would if you were just using a normal standard bar with the thumb wrapped round and the digits wrapped round. All right. So my go-to straight away would be fat grip reverse curls or thick bar reverse curls. All right, they're going to bring out your extensors something beautiful. Second exercise, I would use a thick handled wrist roller. The one that I use is 2.5 inches thick. And depending how you want to do this, guys, a lot of people like to do it at shoulder level. I don't, because I feel like it starts to burn out the shoulders a little bit. So my advice would be just to stand on some blocks and have it hanging at waist height and then work through extension, doing it that way. I normally only put about 5 kilos on the wrist roller, but I'll do it after a back workout or I'll do it after an arms workout, and I'll do one set of 20. All right, so you have to hit 20, you're not allowed to quit. And this will guarantee that the extensors get overloaded and they get burnt out. All right, those are the best two exercises that I can give you that I do. All right, a lot of these YouTube fitness gurus will tell you to hang your wrist off the edge of a bench and do wrist extension exercises and get a barbell and do these wrist. You don't need to do that kind of stuff, guys. In my opinion, all that is good for is warming up the extensors and perhaps rehabbing if you've got a little bit of tendonitis in the elbow there. Other than that, you can't load up the bar enough to really get enough stimulation going on safely. So that's why I would tell you to go get a thick bar or use fat grips and perform your reverse curls, or use a thick handled wrist roller. In my opinion, is the best way to bring out your extensors. All right. Now, when it comes to wrists, I don't go out of my way to develop thicker wrists. I'm always trying to get as much wrist strength as possible, because part of the missing link, guys, when it comes to grip strength is having weak wrists. If you want to be able to lift a Thomas inch dumbbell, or you're struggling to close your captains of crush grippers, or you're struggling to plate curl and pinch grip, things of that nature, it's probably because you've got a weak wrist. All right. If you have a super strong wrist, then your overall grip strength ability is going to be through the roof. So the exercises that I do that you can incorporate into your routine, number one is axle bar deadlifts. These things are the dog's bollocks if you want to get good at lifting your Thomas Inch dumbbells and you just want to get overall good at any kind of grip training and kill two birds with one stone, or if you want, kill three birds with one stone. You're developing the hand strength, the wrist strength, and you're also bringing out your forearm development. So I use a 76mm thick axle to perform my deadlifts. I think that's 3 or 3.5 inch thick. You might have to correct me on that. Either way, it's thick enough to blow my forearms to pieces. So much that I can only probably do it once every 2 to 3 weeks. It's that effective. So using a really thick axle bar and performing your deadlifts is a fantastic way of developing that wrist strength, and you will gain some size in the wrist department. All right, no worry about that. The second exercise is in my opinion, the all-time favorite, the best wrist builder in terms of strength and thickness. All right, adding that size to the wrist, plate curls. Plate curls are amazing. And for those of you that don't know what plate curls are, you basically get hold of a plate and you perform a bicep curl with it. All right. And what it does is it places stress on the finger digits, it places stress on the wrist tendons, create an awesome workout. And again, you're killing three birds with one stone. You're training your fingers, you're training your wrists, and you're also hitting those forearm flexors. And you're also getting a bicep workout as well. It's a fantastic exercise. The trick with this, guys, is to find a plate which has a wide circumference. So you want to be looking at like an Olympic size 20 kilo plate, but you need it to be 10 kilos or 15 kilos. So you're probably going to have to invest in finding a bumper plate which is of that circumference, that is going to be not too thick. All right, because if it's too thick, you're gonna struggle to hold it. All right, so I try and invest in a decent sized circumferenced bumper plate that isn't too thick on the width. All right, so you can get that hand insertion and you can perform your reps without too much struggle. Again, you've got that leverage. The more the circumference of the plate, the more leverage you've got, the more stress it's going to put on your tendons, the better the workout is going to be. Plate curls, guys, honestly, they are amazing for building wrist strength. Since incorporating axle deadlifts and plate curls, my wrist strength and my wrist size has gone through the roof. I don't think I can put on any more wrist size as it stands. I think they are pretty much at the limit now. So the third one, again, guys, is going to be the thick-handled wrist roller, but we're going through supination in the movement. All right, don't need to go too heavy. Just stick a 5 kilo plate on the end. Again, at waist height, stood on some blocks. Do this at the end of your arm workouts. One set of 20 reps. Just burn out that wrist, burn out the flexors. Fantastic exercise for developing the wrist strength. All right, so the thick-handled wrist roller, working through supination, fantastic exercise. Last exercise I'm going to give you is a superset of behind the back wrist curls, immediately supersetted with a barbell bicep curl. And the way I like to do this is 60 kilos on the bar, so that's a 20 plate either side of an Olympic barbell. You have to let the bar roll to your fingertips on the first exercise of behind the back wrist curls. If you're not letting that bar roll to the fingertips, you're not getting the stretch, the loaded stretch. That is key, guys, when it comes to building up wrist strength and building up forearm strength and size. You need the loaded stretch. So 12 reps, let the bar roll to your fingertips. curl it into the flex position 12 times, all right? Turn around, and then we perform with the same weight we were using on the behind the back wrist curls. You want to perform 6 barbell bicep curls, all right? And it sounds easy, but it's not. It is a killer. If you want to blow out your wrists and your forearms on the first set, this is the exercise to do. You will feel sore for a week after doing this exercise, all right? So 12 reps at the back on the behind the back wrist curls. Let it roll to your fingertips, get some good flex. When you've done that, spin around, 6 barbell bicep curls, all right? Give it a try and then let me know what you think, because I know for a fact this is going to be a killer. It is going to destroy your wrists. It's going to destroy your forearms. It has done wonders for my wrist strength, guys. All I can say is give it a try and get back to me. Work between 3 to 4 sets of this. It will be more than enough, because there is some serious load on it, and you might have to cheat the movement on the bicep curl. That's absolutely fine. Just keep aiming for 3 to 4 sets until you can get strict form on all your reps, and then you can start to add a little bit more weight. But let me know what you think. Right, guys, it's been great talking to you. Throw some more questions at me. Let me know what you think. I've got plenty more questions I need to answer, so stay tuned for them. Have yourselves a nice weekend, guys. Drop me a question below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, see you next video, guys. All the best.